Intra-tier 1v1, Green Tooth Gorge, blue side. LOCALgHOST is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support the structures and repair, even get into some melee. Up against TheCrydd is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. We got Tactical Marines, we got Banshees. Let's have a look at some 293 changes, shall we? What about the Techmarine? I think he got a, Mastercrafted Bolter, now down to 25 power. So perhaps we'll see that to shoot the Warlock in the face and suppress him. What else we got? Oh yeah, Devastator's got a huge change. They can now purchase their Vengeance rounds in tier 1 and then purchase a las cannon in tier 2. That's something, it's a change I think Adilla's looking at quite carefully to see if it needs to be reverted, because it could skew some matchups such as Imperial Guard, I think. Maybe Orcs with their war truck and stuff. We'll see how it goes. What else we got? Assault Marines, of course, down to 45 power now. Man, they used to be 550 in retail. Now they're 450, 45. Little buff for the Razorback. Smoke Grenade now moves a bit faster, but it seemed to loop very slowly before. Librarian got a cost adjustment from 350-60 to 375-50. So a bit more requisition, a bit less power is certainly a good thing for the Librarian. And also the Librarian's Smite now ignores cover and can hit units in garrisons. It's a very interesting change. What else we got? Dreadnought Multi-Melter cost reduction, you guys, down to 25 power from 30, 100. Rec stays the same. And yeah, there's your Space Marines, aside from the Force Commander and stuff, but he's not here. So a bit of a firefight over that central VP. Looks like the Eldar have given up and are going west to cap some stuff. Here's your Howling Banshees. Did they get any changes? Let's find some Eldar. Where's me Eldar? I've gone the wrong way, I think. I've scrolled the wrong way. Scouts getting caught. Might see a power bash here now. Can I find me some Eldar? Here we go. Anything for the Banshees? I do not see Banshees listed here. I guess they got no changes. What about the Warlock? I know the Immolator was changed, yeah. So the Immolator damage over time on ranged attacks was significantly lowered from 8 to 3. So under half what it was. It was pretty nuts before. He got a special attack damage reduction on the Merciless Witchblade from 50 to 40. Isn't that the second time that's been nerfed? I think so. The poor Merciless Witchblade. Banshee's eating a shotgun blast there. We do have the Mastercrafted Bolter up for the Techmarine. It's nice that it has an indicator. I wish more war gear, you know, had indicators like that. These Banshees are taking a big risk here. Yeah, going into melee with full health Tactical Marines with 3 models and a Tech Marine shooting at you from a garrison is bad news, especially with that Mastercrafted Bolter. 38 piercing DPS near enough. Being shot up. There's that high-powered shot. I remember on release of original Dawn of War 2, all the way back in 2009, the ranged heroes in the game, like the Techmarine and the Warp Spider, did barely any damage with their guns, and they had to increase it quite significantly. They were seen as, you know, not very killy, support and disrupt and stuff, but turns out if you're a hero in a small scale RTS or RTT, whatever you'd called Dawn of War 2, you need to do some damage. Warlock got any war gear? Nope. It's gone for that central VP. Let's have a look at the rest of this Eldar stuff, shall we? Warp Spiders. I think they got a change here, a buff to the Haywire Grenade. The cooldown is reduced. I thought the cooldown was pretty quick already, but it's reduced further from 48 seconds to 40. Wraithlord got his health regen reduced. Autarch Fusion Gun with a damage bonus. It's been so long. I think the Autarch was introduced in Chaos Rising, and that Fusion Gun has always been a little bit lackluster. I know she's super fast, and it could get out of control with buffs and stuff. But give it some love. It's now up to 64 damage per hit from 54. Fire Dragons got a big change. Their Exarch can now swap between a Flamer and a Melter Gun. Takes 1 second to swap, so you can use those guys to bash. It must be an insanely fast bash. You have a Flamer and Melter Guns on the other fellas. I think the Flamer is the exact same as the Tactical Marine Flamer. D-cannon. They now have a proper visual effect on their shots. We can see it doing stuff. And the damage over time now only deals 50% damage to allies rather than full damage. So that's handy. Is there anything else for Eldar other than the other heroes? We have webways. You can now destroy your own webway gates. You don't get anything back for it, but it will hopefully help when units get stuck trying to get inside. Didn't the Rangers get changes? Yeah, Rangers cost changed from 210.25 to 230.20. Pathfinder gear got adjusted up 5 power in response from 75.15 to 50.20. What else? Psychic Beacon no longer requires Pathfinder, so they have Psychic Beacon by default. And it has a new model or something. Something with the model. It says model issues fixed. No sign of Rangers here though. Quick tier 2 into a Falcon for Crid, getting a power bash thanks to this Tactical Marine Flamer here. Did they not get anything else up in tier 2, Local Ghost? Or was they just not paying attention at all and they lost an entire squad? I don't think they did. I think they spent power on their scouts and their mastercrafted bolter. Oh, and Artifice is in. And of course the Tac Flamer. A bunch of power spent on these units. That's where it all went. So they've now spotted the Falcon. How do they respond? Tactical Marine's going to drop a model here pretty fast. They got the node. Oh, they dropped 2 models, you know. That's 150 requisition right there to reinforce those guys. We have a drop pod with more Tactical Marines. So, one of the changes that I didn't read out was the Tactical Marine missile launcher got a cost reduction. I think it's down to 75.35. It used to be 80.40. And we see it here. There we go. That's what they dropped these. That's what they dropped these guys in for, to get that missile launcher going. And they might get a rear armor hit immediately. Oh, maybe not. Falcon has turned around. How much damage they're taking. They get one shot, drop a model, and then run. 314 to 467 on the VPs. A single Tactical Marine here. Getting the cap. Oh, they might be turning into Stern Guard. They just got their Sergeant. And if you purchase the Stern Guard upgrade, they get all the models back. Which is handy. Warlock with barely any XP is quite tough to kill Marines, it turns out. Well, not if you're shooting them, maybe. Because they have dropped like 3 Marines in the last couple of minutes. From the Pew Pew. Devastator's on the way. Last Cannon will help deal with the Falcon for sure, but could be getting Vengeance rounds. Big old power bash here. Transports really help you with those power bashes in 1v1s. Good firepower from the Falcon especially. And of course, you bring some buddies along for the ride. We have an Orb. Orbs of the Omnissiah for the Techmarine. Disables vehicles for 12 seconds and does 150 damage. Pretty damn good. You can also use it. There is a use versus infantry. It burns their energy away. I think all of it, isn't it? 100 energy. Okay. So not quite all of it. Here's your Devastators. They have been kept with a heavy bolter for now. I've just realised, only just realised, that the Crid had Banshees at some point. I'm sure while I was reading notes, they'd be dead. We saw a bunch of them die here, but they did get away from that. I am very... Oh, there's more dead over here. Very observant. Good caster. Okay, missile got a shot in. Don't think it's going to be able to get close enough to throw the orbs, though, the Techmarine. Covering the flank with Devastators. Warlock getting stuck in. Not sure how much they can do, though. Gonna die, in fact. I think. They should be able to shoot them down. Yeah, down they go. Local Ghost gets the upper hand and turns it into a power bash. Can also cover this with the Devastators. Oh, they're gonna stay mid, it seems. And here comes that Falcon. It's pretty low. Trying to put mines up is the Techmarine here. A Flamer and a missile launcher is a pretty quick power bash. Lots of repairs for the Falcon, of course. Assault squad on the way for Local Ghost. That's a really good shout, actually. And Dark Creepers now for the Crydd. Warlock is down though. So we're not going to be seeing like Merciless Witchblade or the Witchblade of Kurnus to threaten the Assault Marines. These guys can jump into those backlines and disrupt, mess up repairs, and stop the Dark Creepers from firing, and also throw their melter bomb on this thing. They stopped. Oh, they stopped the decap. So big old retreat from LOCALgHOST. Yep. We did not see Sternguard veterans, you know. Wants that flamer to power bash, I suppose. Uh-oh. Techmarine might be shot up. Assault squad jumping in all alone. They're going to get the melt up. It might be a rear armor hit too. It was. It almost got it. You know, if those guys didn't start repairing immediately, that rear armor melter would have taken down the Falcon. They got their sergeant, and I think they're going to be okay. Yeah, so the Crydd needs to be really careful. They're going to have a melter bomb on the next fight, I assume. If he's quick enough, they can jump everything inside the Falcon before the Assault Marines land. That stops things being knocked over. Then just get straight back out again and start repairing. Might be a bit fiddly though. Here's your sneaky scouts. Don't have any detectors on the field, the Eldar. Good grenade. Only killed a single model. We now have a melter gun Techmarine going hard after this Falcon. But missile launcher goes down. It's taken out by Dark Creepers. Tried to reinforce with this thing, but it was too late. It's a big blow for LOCALgHOST. Where are those Assault Marines? They're coming back up now. Techmarine gets very low again, but does survive. There's your jump. Might see a rear armor melter bomb again. Not quite yet though. They don't have the energy to throw it. There it is. I think it's 40 energy to throw. That could be it. It is it. It was a rear armor hit. And they got it done. Losses on both sides, and grenade is barely, just about dodged. Double cap for the Crydd. Dire Avenger's down to a single model here. That's the XR. There's the Tempest missile launcher thing from the Dark Creepers. It's mainly for disruption, I believe. Scouts doing some work, being aggressive with those shotguns. But here comes the Eldar Pew Pew. And they couldn't stand up to that. They did delay them though. Assault Marines able to get a decap there. So Webway up on the west side. Techmarine's going to try and grab it. The Warlock's alive, right? The Warlock's there. What's he up to? Is he getting inside the Webway? Is that him inside it and it's just bugged? Sometimes the visuals, yeah, the visuals get a bit weird when the stuff gets inside tunnels and webways. Only happens in replays. You'll see the units kind of standing around, seemingly perfectly still, but are actually inside the webway or whatever. Dark Creepers ripping through some Assault Marines. Did they get the Sergeant? They didn't quite get a Sergeant. Here's a Librarian. 4 staff on the way. Already has the Psychic Hood. And see the kind of work that Smite can do, eh? Techmarine. Gonna find some cover? Yeah, let's find some cover. Warlock gets back the west side. 2-1 for the Crydd. Has a big VP lead. Just over 300 in fact. Switching back to the Mastercrafted bolts, it is the Techmarine. And why not? It's just a bunch of infantry now. And shoots them pretty good. Scouts took a while to open up. But they got a couple of good hits on those Dark Creepers. There's a grenade. It's a bit far back though. I think he'll be okay. He gets back up. He's alright. Scouts have done well. There's Veil of Time on them too. Make them even quicker. Let's try and get a power bash there. Librarian goes for the decap. A Whirlwind on the way for LOCALgHOST. Both players in a big old tier 2 fight here. Assault Marines didn't quite reinforce all the way. These guys now level 3. So turning them into Sternguard would reset their level. Gonna get the 2-1. These guys are on a power bash. There's not much power to bash, but they're getting it done. Warlock, did you get any war gear, buddy? No. No war gear for this guy. Fire Dragons, we might see that Flamer in action. I haven't seen it yet. Are they decapping? What's going on here? You missed it, boys. It's there. No? Not interested. Might try and stabilize on the mid a bit here. They grab that power. Fire Dragons now in play. Straight away trying to suppress the Dark Reapers, stop them from firing those powerful Eldar missile launcher things, Tempest launchers, whatever they're called. They're bad news. Here's your Fire Dragons. Exarch on the way. This is the one that can get the Flamer going. Yeah, but Dark Reapers are nasty. Fire Dragons also getting their Dragon Scale armor, which gives them that movement speed bonus, I think. Uh oh. Warlock gets destroyed. Really missing some of that Warlock gear, I think. They could use Enhance maybe on the Dark Reapers, make them do even more damage. There's a jump. In amongst some Dire Avengers. Fire Dragons doing some work though. And a decent grenade attempt. Another jump. Fire Dragons are painful. But if you jump on stuff, it tends to flee. Level 6 Techmarine here. Warlock is repurchased. And Witchblade of Kurnus on the way to help deal with the Assault Squad. But hey, they have a Dreadnought to deal with now. I mean, Fire Dragons are already up. Here comes the Assault Cannon though. Are they going to be able to get close enough to it? Because that Assault Cannon is painful. Tactical Marines taking back their power. 64 to 330 on the VPs. And it might be a triple, or maybe not. Warlock will probably get the east side back here. Still level 1, somehow. Witchblade of Kurnus is in, though. It's been down quite a lot, I suppose. Eldar using that Webway. Still hasn't been spotted by LOCALgHOST. I guess the scouts have never been over here. Good game. Well played, says LOCALgHOST. Are they expecting victory now? There's another GG from TheCrydd. Just a general note of a good game, I suppose. Doesn't mean it's over. Man, that Assault Cannon. Hell of a thing. Warlock is getting the east side back. Scouts onto the west side. They did spot the Webway, finally. Here's your Whirlwind. Was one on the way earlier, but it was cancelled, I suppose. Yeah, TheCrydd really up against it. Needs to use that hit and move Eldar shenanigans now. Might be worth it just to put a Webway on your own VP, you know, just to get there quicker. Also one like around here. Hit that power and also set up flanks towards the mid. These guys going west side, I think. Avoid all this stuff in the mid, I suppose. Assault Marines down to 2 models. Tactical Marines down to 3. Been quite shrewd with their expenditure here, LOCALgHOST. Lots of pew pew on the Librarian. Force barrier goes up, which does block shots, I think. Also makes it fall down. All the way back in retail, of course, you needed to channel that force barrier. It's something they wanted to change immediately in Elite Mod, but it was actually really hard to do to get that to be fire and forget, but they eventually figured it out. It's way better now. Power bash from LOCALgHOST. TheCrydd doing what they can to spread out and cap and avoid the fight. They can't handle a big army v army fight right now. Can the Whirlwind get a hit? It can. Stops the cap. Power bashing are the Fire Dragons. They've swapped over to this gen farm now though, LOCALgHOST. Maybe they can get a Webway down here. Running away to Dire Avengers. They do get away. Warlock getting a decap. Spread, avoid, delay, cap what you can. There's Veil of Time up on the scouts. Level 2 assault squad. Everything got reinforced off that drop pod we saw coming in. Not level 7 yet, Mr. Techmarine. Are these guys going to get a cap? They're going to get a grenade, are they? No? That was weird. The scouts lost their energy as if they tried to shotgun blast or throw a grenade and did neither. Oh boy. I think they're alright. Just about get away. Pretty damn close. 64 to 205 on the VPs. Eldar trying to get the natural power back. Not sure if the Crydd can pull this off, but they're giving it a good go. What do you even purchase here? Got so much to deal with. Warlock is not always going to be around to counter-initiate the assault squad. Look at the map though. Look at the map. They're doing a decent job frustrating the Space Marines here. Did the Dark Creepers level up? Not yet. They don't have their Exarch either, it seems. Disrupted that attempted camp there. Attempted cap there. What is this? Oh, on a webway in the northwest corner. Caravander's being messed up. They are trying to lock down this power again, and mines going in. Now they're doing some forward capping. Look at this Eldar though. They're going to bash power again and get another decap, maybe even a cap on this west side. Just can't do a big old fight here, the Warlock. Was allowed to grab the VP though. Dreadnought went into base. I guess they found the webway, did they? These fellas, of course, being suppressed by base turrets. Not sure. Oh, are they being shot blocked by their own webway there? And they got Gate of Infinity out of trouble, and then go straight back into trouble. What's up, fellas? There's Animation, No Fear, and Veil of Time to help them get away. I think they were just following their last order there. Webway goes down. Those guys must have been inside of it. They can get out here. If it's the last webway, then obviously they would have just popped out. Scouts grabbing that wreck point back. These guys have stolen the power and are noding it. And they got the mid. Look at this, 40 to 132. Well done, the Crydd. Now has a Wraith Lord. I was going to say maybe get a Wraith Lord up. Well, there it is. Has a Melter Bomb to deal with. Also has the Hunter Killer Missile from the Whirlwind to deal with. But this has been really good Eldar play to get themselves back into this game from the Crydd. Fire Dragons doing what they can. Now being tied up though. And that was a force barrier coming in. Might have helped them out actually, you know. Knocked them away from the Dreadnought melee, but they are going to retreat right through it again. Wraith Lord doesn't want to engage alone. Has the Hunter Killer gone in? There's a Hunter Killer. How much damage it does. It's a hell of a missile. I think it's like 200. It's probably the same as like a las cannon predator shot. 220 damage or whatever it is. Another guardian weapon team for the Crydd. Well, I say another. It's the first one we've seen, isn't it? Has the 2-1 back, does LOCALgHOST. But they've delayed and harassed and tarried enough that they have an army that can actually engage here. Wraith Lord and Fire Dragons. Fire Dragons getting very low. Fire Dragons go down. Just lost sight of them there, the Crydd. Wraith Lord's getting hits though on the Whirlwind. It's going to go down. And it does go down. These guys have switched to a missile launcher. Need to be tied up. Did a lot of damage there. Right Lance. Marines somehow get away without a model loss. Now it can tie up the Dreadnought. It will have melee resistance, but it's pretty low. And the Dreadnought still does have heavy melee damage from that single claw. Dark Creepers need to run. Trying desperately to cap here. It's a single for LOCALgHOST. So kind of just ripping through those guys. Okay, the Wraith Lord should win this fight because of melee resistance now. Oh, maybe not. Here comes a Melter Bomb. It will still be able to attack, but it will take a chunk of damage and slow down. Oh, that was pretty clutch. That was so clutch. Those guys came in just in time. 36 to 58. Local Ghost played that well. Was a bit sloppy with the whirlwind. Otherwise, pretty much did what you'd expect. Did what they could. GG says TheCrydd. Yeah, down to just 2 units. There's the concede. Look how close that was. Some great Eldar play just to get themselves back in this game. They still had these 2 wreck points. Look at this. Awesome stuff. We had a level 8 Techmarine. Did so much work. Warlock was basically on capping duty for most of the game. Got level 2. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.